So our next guest has been appointed a presidential fellow for 2023 to 2024 in the United States. Joining us this morning, Jamaican cardiologist, Dr. Bryan Smith. Why do you call him Jamaican? Is he like a Jamaican, Dr. Smith? How would you describe, what would you say, Jamaican American, American Jamaican, Jamaican? What would you say?
I would say I'm American Jamaican, because even though I grew up in the United States, I feel like I grew up very Jamaican, the way my parents raised me. Both of my parents grew up in Jamaica and then moved to the States after they got married. But the way I was raised, all I know is a Jamaican way, honestly. So Jamaican food, Jamaican culture, Jamaican people, Jamaican dedication. So a little bit of both.
You grew up the Jamaican way, but you were born into foreign, sir.
That's true.
Right, so you are American Jamaican. Your mom, born in Kingston, past student of Alpha. Your dad, born in St. Anne, brother to Ernie Smith. I wonder if you have any music in your blood. Do you sing?
I do sing.
Oh,
yes, I do sing.
Look at
that too.
I was joking, but look at that. We're doing something new about you. You say you credit your heritage for where you are in life. Tell me a little bit about that. We learned a little bit from what you said a while ago about how you were raised with the Jamaican influence, but you obviously also got the hardworking gene.
That's what it is. And that came truly from my parents, I think, from Jamaican upbringing. The way my parents raised myself and my three sisters is, we were all summer and all year, we would be, reciting our lines. We'd be working on our homework at home, practicing how we would give speeches. But, it was all about dedication and hard work. My father was really all about leadership through sports. So we all played sports. I played soccer my entire life. And that's how, the sport, my father used to come to the States in the first place. So, so all of those things, it's dedication, hard work, and aspiring to excellence in everything that you do.
Yeah. Your sister is a doctor. One is a lawyer.
The two are lawyers. Both of them
are lawyers. My goodness gracious. Your parents did a good job with you guys. So medicine, why did you decide that this was a field that you wanted to be in?
Yeah.
Why cardiology in particular too?
Yeah, I think I fell in love with medicine because medicine's a combination of science, which I loved, and service as well. The way my parents raised me is give back to people who are less fortunate. So medicine was a way to do both of those things. Cardiology specifically, I love because I think cardiovascular disease is really prevalent in Black communities and prevalent in vulnerable marginalized communities as well. And so a lot of it comes down to being able to educate people who look like me and be able to help them live a longer, healthier life. And truthfully, I think a lot of people can, once they figure out the way to live and to eat and to take care of their bodies. I think you can really improve the way that people live their lives.
Gosh, you've done so much. You've won so many awards. You've founded this program, University of Chicago Heart and Vascular Center Mentorship Program for minority high school students interested in medicine. Tell me a little bit about that and why you thought that was important.
I think it's very important because the program that I run, we focus on people from the South and West side of Chicago, unrepresented minorities. Gotcha. And if you look at medicine, there's so few Black physicians as it is. And if you look at the people who are affected by cardiovascular disease and many other ailments, so many of them are Black. And I think it's important to have people who look like the people that you're serving. So we focus really on students who are underrepresented minorities, a lot of Black and Latino students. And I think for many of them, they don't know about anything about how to become a physician or any kind of medical professional. So I think by inspiring them, we can then inspire the next generation and have more people of color who are medical professionals.
Brilliant. So you've been at this how long now? Cardiology for how long now?
So I've been a cardiologist for 6 years now.
Okay.
The training is long, but 6 years officially a cardiologist.
How fulfilling has it been for you?
It's been incredible because so much of it is about, as I mentioned, there are so few Black cardiologists that when patients come into the room and they see you and they connect with you immediately and they trust you right away, I watch people get better every single day just because you build this bond of trust. I have so many patients who will wait until I sort of talk them through the diagnosis and treatment plan before they agree or before they trust what comes out of medical professionals. So I think building that trust and being able to help people live longer, healthier lives, but that has been very, very fulfilling.
That's a really profound statement. And oftentimes we don't really think about it from that perspective. But it's important to walk into that room knowing your life is on the line and see somebody who looks like you, who you can build that bond of trust with, because it does improve your I don't know, your hopes of living.
Yeah, and all the studies and data show us that it actually improves how long you live. It improves your health outcomes as well. So having a cultural connection, having some kind of connection with your provider when you walk into a room is incredibly important. And
wow.
So I love what I do because I can be that person for a lot of people at my hospital.
That's fantastic. We often don't think about that. Thank you for highlighting that fact for us. So let's talk a little bit about this appointment, Mr. Presidential Fellow for 2023-2024 in the United States. How did you get this? Tell me the criteria. How did you qualify? Is it something you applied for? Was it bestowed on you? And what does it mean, really? What is it?
Sure. So I'm 2023-2024 White House Fellow. And basically, there's a commission that the President of the United States chooses to choose people. And so I applied for it last year, and it's a very long, rigorous process of writing essays about what you hope to do, writing a memo to the president about what you think he should change, multiple rounds of interviews, both in person and over Zoom, over about 8 to 12 months before being appointed. And typically, it's choosing people who are leaders in their communities and who want to be future leaders in our country. To really work on leadership development and service. And so it's been an incredible experience so far. I've met so many incredible people, had a lot of great experiences already. And I think for a lot of people, it helps them find a way that they can serve in the federal government or take a lot of skills they learn and go back to their communities so that they can be leaders in their own communities.
Can you give us a peek into that letter about what you wanted to do and what you think you could change?
So the memo that I wrote was, there was a football player named Damar Hamlin who last
he died on the field.
Yes, he had a cardiac arrest on the field. And what saved his life was immediate CPR right on the field. So what I wrote about is there should be guidelines in our country, national guidelines, where employees of federal agencies should have to be CPR trained. And right now there are no guidelines whatsoever. So I think for me, it's about just arming people with skills so that they can help in the case of an emergency. There are so many cardiac arrests that happen every single year, and people go unresuscitated and die as a result. So just giving people the skills to save lives everywhere they go, I think is what I'm really passionate about and hope I can do. Game-changing and life-changing. Yes. And long overdue. You would have thought that would be something that, would have existed already. Yeah, and you would think, and I think if you look at the number of, so in our country, there are 350,000 cardiac arrests that happen every year, and most of those, 90% of those people die. So, and by learning CPR and knowing how to do CPR, we can double or triple the chance of survival. So I think it's a very easy skill people can learn, and you can save lives. Yeah. So I'm really passionate about educating people, the public, about these sort of things, so that we can improve quality of life for people in our country. Gotcha, everywhere. Dr. Smith. So there you are in DC. Your Jamaican family is here. Is there anybody you want to say howdy to before we wrap this interview this morning? I'd love to say hi to my Uncle Ernie, my cousin Judy. We love you very much and hope to see everyone soon. Excellent. We know you're here often. You come home every chance you get, right? Yeah, yes, we do. Yes, okay, awesomeness. Well, next time you're here, hopefully we'll get a chance to catch up here in our studios. It would be great to meet you. Congratulations on this great honor. And for flying the Jamaican Heritage banner high. We are proud of you. We are proud of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Appreciate your time today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Excellent. Same to you, sir. American Jamaican cardiologist, Dr. Bryan Smith. Coming up next, we hear all about Stella Maris. They're celebrating 30 years of dance. 30. Almost as old as I am. We'll be right back.